Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strange Investigations. As always, I am your host, Ron Swanson. Trump v Desantis has become a very interesting debate over the last week or so since midterms, which were a complete failure by the GOP, who it seemingly threw the elections for reasons that I'll get into through this video. Now, the mainstream has been strongly pushing DeSantis, and it's not that hard to see why. He has been an extremely popular and successful governor in his last term in Florida, and he is on his last term right now after getting his he's on his last term currently after winning the election in 2022, or a week ago, I guess. So now he's in this spot where the question is, should he run or should he not? Because most politicians they don't just take 2 years off of their job. If he wants to run for president, now is probably the time. There's a problem with Ron DeSantis, however. He is a career politician. He was struggling popularity-wise back in 2018-ish. He wasn't as loved as he was now, and he was turned into a loved figure since 2020-ish. He's been really pushed. He's been really what we would want from our conservative governors. He's not been great. He shut down his state. Let's not forget about that. He may have been one of the first to open it back up, but there's been plenty of other governors that opened up their states back up around similar times as Ron DeSantis. So why aren't they being given any credit and being told they should be the ones running for the 2024 elections? And here's why. As I said before, he's a career politician. He owes people things, right? He's easy to control. He's going to be the next Bush in all reality. He's on track for that. He's a solid governor that is he's not what we want in the national level. He will just give up on our American values once he gets in. It won't be a priority to him anymore. The Bushes are actually already supporting DeSantis right now. You need to stay away from this man unless you want another rhino in office. He's more than likely just a fake, and I don't hate Ron DeSantis by any means. He has been, and it was a good governor so far in Florida. And we need more governors like DeSantis. But he's no Trump by any means. Trump is an outsider. He's the first outsider we've gotten into office in 50 to 100-ish years. And we can't just give that up because he's quote-unquote unelectable, as you'll hear many of the mainstream quote-unquote conservatives call him. Because Trump excites the base more than anybody else. There's a reason there was low voter turnout during the midterms. It's because that Trump, he's not on the ballot. He's not there to excite people. He tried a little bit, but he wasn't campaigning all that much for the midterms, and people weren't getting out and voting because they don't want to put more politicians in. Nobody wants to vote for another politician because we all know they're corrupt at this point. It's no secret. They can't hide it anymore because they think we're stupid, and honestly, after the midterms, we just might be. Other than Arizona, we all know what happened in Arizona. It was fracking, as far as YouTube is concerned. It was definitely fracking is what went down with Kerry Lake. Very sad there. Too bad that fracking happened. And too bad Katie Hobbs was in charge of this fracking. Yeah, fracking. But what I'm saying is, Donald Trump, he excites the base like no other, and he's not a politician. We need to get these non-politicians. He's a threat. That's why what happened in 2020 happened. That's why Kerry Lake was kicked out, and why she doesn't have a chance there, because they hate these non-politicians, because they're the only ones that make a real threat to the system. They're the only ones that can actually fight for us, fight for the future, and fight for the best of America. They're the only ones that can fight for our families and fight for our freedom. And if you don't want that, then I don't know what to tell you at this point. Then go vote for DeSantis, because he's just another vote for another politician that won't get anything done. He'll be no different than Biden in the long run, because he's under the same gloves in all reality. There's not a real difference. They're all these politicians, Democrat or Republican. Real politicians are under the same gloves, and that's why we need these outsiders. And Trump, we got one in, now we got to get him back in. It's round 2, Dark MAGA. 2024, baby, he's back. Vote for Trump. 2024. It's a little early, I guess, to be saying that, but he's the guy. He is our guy. Don't listen to the Ben Shapiro's of the world. They just want... The Ben Shapiro's, they work under the same... they're no different than... what's a good way to put this? Than the rest of mainstream media. It may not seem like it, but the Daily Wire, it's not like this super special organization. I respect a lot of the people that they hire. They've got some funny guys, but they don't do anything meaningful other than maybe Michael Knowles. Lots of respect to Michael Knowles, by the way. But outside of him, none of the cast ever does anything truly meaningful. All they do is make fun of people, and then they go on and support these career politicians because it's more electable, and it's what's popular right now to say, and they just follow along with that. And Ben Shapiro knows that, and he's just trying to grow his business because he works under those same gloves that all the politicians do. Trump 2024, baby. He's better than DeSantis. He's a non-politician. Go Trump.